Hey guys, welcome back to the Purpose of Money channel on YouTube. My name's Aquania Escarne. I am the creator and founder of thepurposeofmoney.com. In this episode, we're going to talk about how to prepare yourself for home ownership. So before we hop into this episode, you know what to do. I want you to like and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a show. Now, I get this question all the time because as someone who's constantly helping her clients throughout their life, I have clients who will come to me early in their careers when they are saving and investing, and at some point they decide they want to own real estate. So they come to me and we do a financial analysis where we can review their finances and determine, are they ready financially for home ownership? And this exercise is super important because it helps you mentally wrap your head around a new expense that is going to change how you handle your money, right? Because paying rent is not the same as paying a mortgage. And even if you're able to pay a $3,000 rent, right, it doesn't mean you could pay a $3,000 mortgage. So I'll explain why in this video and other things that you can do to get your finances in order. But it's really important to understand that home ownership comes with responsibility, and you're not just paying a mortgage. You got to be able to fix the home when stuff happens and handle your real estate taxes because your property is going to earn some money just by sitting there, and any other expenses that come up with your home. But as you prepare for the journey, I don't want to get you overwhelmed. Here are some of the things that you can do before you purchase your first home. First and foremost, check your credit. They are going to run your credit, and every bureau will calculate your score, or every lender will calculate your score differently because they have a way they calculate you for a mortgage that's different from how Credit Karma may display your credit in the app. So the first thing I want you to do is definitely get access to your credit report. You can do that for free on annualcreditreport.com, and you are allowed to request a credit report from each bureau each year once, right? So you have the ability to access this information for free. The one thing I will tell you though is the credit report is free. The credit score you might have to pay for. So just keep that in mind. But you want to know what's on your credit report, because if there's any incorrect or derogatory information, you want to get that cleared up before you go house hunting, because a lender is going to use your credit report to determine if you're worthy enough to give a loan to and what interest rate you should be given based on your credit score. So make sure you know exactly what's on your credit. The next thing you want to do is start saving for your new home and save every single paycheck. Figure out how much you can afford to save on top of what you've already saving if your emergency fund isn't fully funded, and start saving every single paycheck. It is okay if you have no other options to use other types of savings like your retirement funds to pay for a down payment, but that is not ideal. Your retirement money is for when you retire. Although they do allow you to borrow from it to buy a home, it's not the best way to pay for your home's down payment, and it could impact how much cash you have in retirement depending on your ability to repay that loan. So I really encourage you to save money that you can put towards your down payment that doesn't have to come from your future retirement fund. Get your credit report, know what it says, fix derogatory information. Number two, save for your down payment. Most homes and programs, if you're not going through a program, might require 10 to 20% of the home value for your down payment. If you go through FHA and other programs, you might be able to get into a home with as little as 3 to 5% for your down payment. The next thing I want you to do is pay down debt. Your debt to income ratio is super important when it comes to home ownership, because a lender does not want you to be overwhelmed with debt so that you don't pay your mortgage, right? They want to make sure they're going to get paid. So they're going to look at how much debt do you currently have and how much income do you currently make. If the math ain't mathing, you probably won't get approved for a loan. So try to lower your debt as much as possible. So that means paying down credit card loans, and if possible, paying down student loans. I remember when I purchased my first home with my husband, I had to pay off my student loans to lower my debt to income ratio to get approved, because that was considered one of the highest things I had. So I did side hustles like freelance writing, saving my money when I traveled for work and I got per diem, and using those extra payments to pay down my loans super, super fast. So if you're in that position where you know what debt you can pay down, pay it down. But don't be afraid to talk to the lender first and ask them what they want you to prioritize. That way you put your money in all the right places. Which leads me to the next tip. Talk to a lender to get pre-approved before you go house hunting. First of all, no realtor wants to run around with you looking at dream homes and you can't even afford them. So it's helpful when you, the realtor, and the bank have a clear idea on how much house you can afford. But before you go sign up for the first bank you see, I encourage you to shop around, compare rates, and even compare lenders. You don't have to go with your current credit union or the bank that carries your paycheck or where you cash your paycheck, because they might not be the best bank for your home loan. So look at 3 banks, look at the rates they're offering, and if you can, have a conversation with their mortgage lenders about your financial situation before you have them actually run your credit. This way, you're getting a sense of what services they're going to provide, what interest rates they're offering, all before you run your credit. I did this when I was looking for a home, and it saved me tons because I ended up deciding to go with the builder instead of my credit union, but I knew what the pros and cons to that were. And I knew that because I shopped around. So for example, my credit union was offering cash back at the closing table, but you had to use their lending program and their realtor, which I was like, oh, that sounds dope. I don't have a realtor. Maybe this will be helpful. But then when we decided to do a new construction, I found out the builder was going to put $10,000 towards my closing costs, which would have exceeded my cash back. So I decided to go with the lender. So you do need to shop around to know what your benefits are and pick the choice that's best for you. So guys, I hope this was super helpful. Those are my tips on things to do before you pursue home ownership. Make sure to stay tuned for some more great content on how to improve your personal finances. And don't forget to like and subscribe. For more information, please check out thepurposeofmoney.com, where I have tons of articles on home ownership, personal finances, and episodes of the Purpose of Money podcast. That's it for today, guys. I'm your host, Aquania Escarnay. Until next time, keep building generational wealth.